tuning in to the Unaffiliated Creators Podcast. I'm your host, kaeveryday. This is the indie artist safe place, so take off your shoes, get comfortable, and stay a while. Do us a favor and please rate the show. And if you have any feedback for us, please email us at unaffiliatedcreators@gmail.com. I got my co-host with me today, Prince from Amy Heart's Deluxe. Not everybody has taken off their shoes and got comfortable. P, what you been up to?
Chilling, man. Just chilling. Just enjoying life right now. How about yourself?
Hey, man, enjoying life, man. It's 2024, man.
2024, man. You got to do what's best for you and your family.
You got to do what's best for you and your family. Hey, man, the good friend told me you got to move at the speed of business, so.
Move at the speed of business.
Yeah. I like that. I hope y'all write down all of these nuggets that we giving y'all. All right, so what I want to talk about today, man, because this is a podcast that's kind of centered around music. I'm an artist myself, and my man Prince, he's a music producer. He's been in the game for a long time. He has a vast knowledge of the music industry and the game. He's still connected, so, he knows his way around his music thing. So what I wanted to talk about today was Rolling Stone just recently released a list of what they feel are the top 100 R&B songs of the 21st century. We don't have all day, so for that purpose alone, I'm only going to focus on the top 10. So after I read these to you, let me know if you think they got it right. So this is what they said with the top 10. All right. So number 1 was Usher's Confessions Part 2. So that was These Are My Confessions. Just when all right. Number 2 was D'Angelo, How Does It Feel? Number 3 was Beyonce, Dangerously in Love 2. The song number 4 was Mary J. Blige, Be Without You. Number 5 was Mariah Carey, We Belong Together. 6 was Frank Ocean, Think About You. Number 7 was Alicia Keys, Falling. Number 8 was John Legend, Ordinary People. Number 9 was Erykah Badu, Bag Lady. And number 10 was Brandy, Full Moon. So for the most part, do you think they got it right, or do you think some other songs should have been in there?
I think some of them could have been left off the list, and you could have moved Alicia Keys Falling up a few notches. Brandy's Full Moon, I wouldn't say that that really would have. I don't know.
All right, so I'm just going to let you know this real quick. I don't know if you're looking at your screen. For some reason, when you were just talking, and again, the devil been busy, y'all. We've been dealing with a lot of technical issues today, trying to get this podcast, this episode off the ground. So your screen was just totally black when you was just talking. I don't know if you noticed that.
Yeah, I think we fixed the technical issue now.
All right.
Okay, cool.
So I don't expect for you to memorize all of the other songs that were on the list, and I'm just going to kind of throw out some other songs just to kind of jog your memory of some other songs that I feel were pretty good songs in the 21st century. And these are some songs that I guess I would kind of challenge, like, I think these songs probably could have been in the top 10 and not some of the other songs that they named.
All right, shoot.
All right. So these were some of the other songs, and I got the actual website up too, so I can pull it up at some point, and I can read off some of the others. So Michael Jackson, Rock My World, they had that at number 20.
Wrong, that should have been in that top 10.
Exactly. Genuine Differences, they had that ranked 34th.
Yeah, that could have stayed there.
Music Soul Child Love, they had that ranked 40th.
That could have been in top 10.
They had Floetry, Say Yes, all the way down to 52.
Definitely could have been in the top 20.
Exactly. They had Cisco Incomplete at 76.
You could have took that all the way off the list.
Hey man, we might.
and I rock with Drew Hill, because
Hey man, I'm just gonna let you know, man. No fighting words, but we're gonna keep them.
Yeah, no. That's just.
Hey man,
I love them as a group and what they've done. I've done work with one of the members, so it's just I just wasn't feeling that particular song. They created great art. I just don't think that song is the one that would Didn't they have a song called Five
Incomplete?
Steps?
You said that they have a what?
Didn't they have a song called Five Steps?
Oh yeah,
Or Two
yeah,
Step?
yeah.
Yeah, I rock with that a little bit harder than the
Three
Incomplete.
wishes, we were three wishes.
Yeah.
They had
Yeah.
112 pieces in cream all the way down to 86.
Hey. That's my joint right there. Hey, that's the joint that had me on the dance floor all night.
Hey, for anybody that got a little age on them or that's around our age, it'll let you know that that song, if you needed a little help, if you know what I'm talking about, you play that song and, you know, after that, you know, the song kind of did the work for you, if you know what I mean.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They had Avant Making Good Love all the way down in 97.
That remake he did with Kike Wyatt should have been in the top 20.
I can see that, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not really a big Avant fan, but that song "Making Good Love" was another one that, if we just talking about R&B,
So there's another song that I know for a fact, if we going into this chamber, a song that definitely deserves to be in the top 20 that had impact, Return of the Mac.
Yeah. We gonna get into that in a couple of seconds. I'm just gonna name these last couple of few, and then like I said, I got the site minimized. I can pull up if you want me to list some more. They had
no. I'm just saying that song. If there's a old school R&B party, right? Old school being Generation X old school. I'm gonna tell you, Return of the Mac is gonna be top 10 in that playlist. Montel Jordan is gonna be in that playlist. Confession is gonna be way down the line. That's when he slows it down. Next, Too Close is gonna be in that lineup. So I'm just saying, but we talking about the things that people are gonna, number one, easily recognize, or are we talking about cultural impact?
Yeah, so
which one are we talking about?
We're gonna unpack it in a minute because I think I kind of got an idea of why they ranked these some of the way they did. So Neo's So Sick, they had that ranked 41.
I would have put it in the top 25.
They had Miguel Adorn ranked 11.
No. I think that's inaccurate.
And I know you probably don't really care about this song, but this song was just always hot to me. A. Marie, I think I'm pronouncing her name right. The song One Thing, it's this one thing that got me.
Yeah. Hey,
they had that.
That should have been in the top
32.
20. That should have been in the top 20.
Yeah, that track was crazy. So.
And Noah Leah rocked the boat?
Oh, yeah. Oh, that was on the, you know what? That was on the list too. Matter of fact, you're going to make me, I was going to write that one down. I'm going to look it up real quick and I'm going to let you know. That one, they had that one listed at 15. That was 15.
Okay. All right.
And then they had a couple of songs I don't even know why they were on there. They had Frontin' with Pharrell and Jay-Z. They had that number 12. I didn't even know that was an R&B song. And then they had Drake's Marvin's Room down at like 82. I didn't know that was an R&B song either, but
yeah, me neither. Yeah.
So we learned a lot today, boys and girls. So I think the reason why they made the list the way they did, I don't even know if it was really all about impact. I think it must have had something to do with either like album sales, like how, I don't know what metrics you want to use, but it had to be a numbers thing. It had to be either how many downloads the song's getting, how many albums was sold, or how many of that single off of that album sold. It had to be something like that, because if we were talking about impact, half of these songs, I'm just going to make my point real quick. So I'm going to go back to, where is it at? So we can, D'Angelo's How Does It Feel? Let's be honest. If you ain't seen the video by now, I don't even think we really need to explain it. But it wasn't even the song that was really that good. It was really the video is what made that song what it was.
Well, vocally, I would have to say he stepped out on the ledge and executed perfectly.
No, it's a good song, but what I'm saying, for it to go as big and to make the impact that it did, it was because it was coupled with that music video where it looked like he was naked.
Oh, yeah. The visual with it, but it accentuated what he was trying to come across. The women absolutely loved it. So, I mean, for me, the video didn't do anything. I thought it was a cool song, but I wasn't stimulated by the video. And I'm pretty sure there was plenty of men that weren't.
Yeah.
Anyway, I just say that it was a cool song execution from an R&B standpoint. And the only reason I say that because I'm an R&B producer, the vocal arrangement was bar none. The vocal arrangement to project the essence, it makes you feel like it's a Prince record, but it's undeniably his record.
Yeah.
So
Beyonce's Dangerously in Love too. So I had to go up and look up some of this stuff because I wanted to make sure I thought I was right, but I just wanted to go and do a little bit of research. So this is how I feel about some of these. So I don't even think that was the best song on that album. So that was on the same album as, that song Crazy in Love?
Yeah.
It was on, so I think Crazy in Love is better than this song, but they had this song ranked number 3. It's kind of crazy.
Okay, so I don't want to upset the Beehive. Right?
I'm not saying it ain't a good song. I'm just saying I think Crazy in Love is actually a better song than what they put on the list.
The song that Mike Dean produced on, what was that video where they was her and a bunch of women were standing in the water with that synth line? That was crazy. That record was crazy.
That's Crazy in Love, ain't it?
No. I think it's off the Lemonade album.
Oh, matter okay. Fact, I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah. But that record was crazy.
So I don't think a lot of people are going to agree with me on this one, but this song just always kind of been near and dear to my heart. So they had Alicia Keys Falling on there. It was ranked number 7. And this has just always been my personal opinion. I don't even think that was the hottest song on that album. The song that always stuck out to me was that song, how they flipped that ODB sample. I've been jealous of your girlfriend. Yeah.
No,
that song to me way hotter than Alicia Falling.
No, I think even though a lot of women know the Falling song Heart by Heart, but for me, I would put, if I had to go, and we're not talking about this top 10, I'm just saying that baby, that joint with Most Def in the video.
Oh, you talking about You Don't Know Mine? That's on the list too, but goodness. It's I got it pulled. That's on the list, but it's farther down though.
Oh my God.
Yeah. You talking about when they like in the cafe. Yeah. That was on the list.
Yes.
So this John Legend, Ordinary People, man.
Okay.
So.
Which was a remake, I believe, right? Yeah, I believe it was a remake.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it was beautifully done. I like John Legend. This to me was one of the records that stood out from his catalog, and it deserves its just due. I'm not sure whether they ranked it as where I would have ranked it.
They had it at number 8. Again, I think this had to do. They had to rank this high because of the fact that that song had so much mass appeal. Like it reached. I mean, white. I'm gonna be honest with you. And I ain't even trying to get racial. White people love this song, and there's a lot of other races that like this song too. So I think the fact this song is like, it's in commercials. It's like you can go to any business and there's a chance you will hear this song playing.
But let's backtrack a little bit. Are we talking top 40 R&B or are we talking R&B?
They just said R&B, so they just lumped all R&B I'm glad you
Because
asked that, because that was going to be another point I was going to make. I think it's kind of funny that they specifically made it a 21st century, because if they just would have did like a top 100 R&B list, and I would say that probably all of these songs wouldn't even been on there.
There's a lot of the only reason why I push back is because certain records, you know, if those artists don't fit in a top 40 box, then they may not have gotten their just due. Right? So there's what popular culture says is what they think R&B is, and then there's the real R&B culture, right? Which are two separate different things in my book, because somebody at some magazine that really doesn't represent all artists in a spectrum, or in a certain genre, or they pick and choose certain artists based on likability, and may not choose other artists because they may not fit particular molds and demographics. I don't know if they are the right people to speak on that specific genre's culture. Right? If we're talking top 40 culture, that's one thing. Cool, no doubt. But I can guarantee you, Rolling Stone's 100 would not be the same as Vibe Magazine, Quincy Jones Vibe Magazine 100.
Oh yeah, this list would have been, this would have been totally different.
It would have been, it would have been totally, I mean, because here's another random thought. None of those songs on the Waiting to Exhale soundtrack made the top 20.
Yeah, but again, see, that's the whole thing about the 21st century. That movie came out, in the...
Okay, it didn't fit.
See,
okay,
they would have made
them
it.
out.
See, that's what made this tricky. They made it a point to say the 21st century, because if it just would have been, top 100 R&B, the 90s alone probably would have smoked all of these songs. I mean, you just Jodeci, Boys to Men.
Oh yeah.
I mean, come on, man.
Yeah. Okay. So if we even keep it to that, right? So there's still more records that deserve more. I mean, albums that, but if we're going to go to Brandy's Full Moon, why can't we go to Brandy's, you already know what I'm about to say. The Darkchild produced record, the ones that album, what was the name of that album? Brandy, the Brandy album.
Never
Say Never.
Yeah. But that came, I think that was outside of the 21st century, right? Didn't that come out like right towards the end, like 1999, maybe?
Oh man,
1998.
Oh goodness.
So some of the other songs, I did want to tell you about this one. They had Lucky Day up here. Roll Some More they had that ranked number 88.
Oh, you could have definitely moved that up. And that in its own self, that whole Cal Soul movement.
Yeah, that whole album was a vibe.
No, but I'm just talking about the Cal Soul movement and what D-Mile and Jack Dine has created. Is super dope, man. Because if you look at that enclave of artists that are coming out of that camp, or those affiliates in that network, that Cal Soul network, Victoria Monet, what's the other girl name? Oh, she just had she's Japanese and black. I forgot her name. She dope records. Lucky Day. Alex Isley. Ooh. Just a what's the other artist's name?
So there's an album up here that you probably would appreciate. So they did have Tony Braxton. He Wasn't Man Enough for Me. That's off the Heat album. They had that ranked number 17.
Okay, that Heat album was absolutely crack. let me tell you something. I studied that album back and forth. What Toni Braxton and her husband accomplished was amazing. Terry is a monster, you know. But he was a monster with mint condition as well too. So when he stepped in to produce that and get that thing rolling, boy, they put it together something nasty with that one. By all means, that record was hot. In an R&B producer's toolbox, that's what you go. That's one to study for real. Absolutely. Brandy's Never Say Never. Definitely a record to go study if you're an R&B producer. Dave Hollister's not Chicago 85, but the one before that record was definitely one to study. It's just certain records that, you know, as an R&B producer that you just got to make sure that you up on for real. And like I said, with the new wave, I love what R&B is, where it's going. I just can't wait for the East Coast producers to come back with their wave. I think Cali and the West Coast, they doing their thing so hard. It's time for the East Coast to chime back in and let them know what our flavor is.
They had Carl Thomas, I Wish at 35. The song that you were saying that you like from Alicia Keys, they had that ranked 24. The You Don't Know My Name.
Okay.
So that was ranked. SZA's Snooze, you know, that's what's been killing the radio waves right now. They had that ranked 19. They got I actually like this song, that Daniel Caesar and her song, The Best Part. They got that ranked 13. The first time I heard this song is I was doing a gig, I was doing the wedding. I was like, oh, I really like that song. I think I actually had to go up to the wedding coordinator and was like, yo, no, it was the DJ. I went up to the DJ and was like, yo, man, what was that song you just played? And he told me, yeah, I had to add that one to the. Yeah, that one was crazy.
Yeah, her whole movement, her compilation record was just super dope, man. And then when her and Daniel Caesar came out with that record, but Daniel Caesar, and that's what I'm saying, that Renaissance, that comeback of R&B, it just came back, and probably about 5 or 6 years ago, that it just, Daniel Caesar, her, Lucky Day, all these artists came out and just made you fall in love with R&B again, and just super dope. Black, my man from ATL, I love his records too. Like Sabrina Claudio, like it was just this resurgence. And I have to give props out to her too, because she on the East Coast. Dope records. Definitely shout out to Black. He got some dope records too. So only reason I say that because I'm excited about music that's coming out of VA itself too. So just can't wait for people to hear some of the stuff coming out.
All right, so I'm gonna give you this last one real quick, and then I'm just gonna have to ask you because I don't know if you really gave me a definite answer or not. So they had "Leave the Door Open" by Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak. They had it at 29.
Definitely should have been in the top 10.
Yeah, I like what they did on that album. They kind of brought that soulful, kind of old school sounding R&B vibe back. So I actually was feeling that album.
D-Mile. Once again, D-Mile.
But I first started this podcast out by asking you, after I read their top 10, I asked you, do you think they got it right? And you said that there might have been you might have changed the order of some songs and stuff like that. But just overall, do you feel they pretty much got the list right, or do you think it just was way out of whack?
I don't think it was way out of whack, but I definitely think they got some wrong. I think they got about 4 of them wrong.
Yeah,
you know.
Well, the obvious one, anytime you don't have a Michael Jackson song in the top 10, I got to question who was making this list, man. I mean, he the king for a reason, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know how you can have the king not on the top 10. Rock My World was number 20, and then Floetry Say Yes.
Was that part of the new 21st century though?
Yeah, they had that ranked all the way down. They had Floetry Say Yes at 52. Dog, I would make an argument that probably could have been number 1. That song is crazy.
I would have put it in the top 20.
Man.
I don't know, number 1. I would have put that in the top 20.
All right, man.
I love it. I love it. But Butterflies definitely would have been in the top 10.
Yo, they now you just remind, they didn't even put Michael Jackson's "Heaven Can Wait" on here. Sitting up in the clouds and be all alone. Whoa, Lord. So he was talking about why did they have to take him? He wanted to still be here with his Walmart. Come on, man. Let's stop playing, man. What are we doing?
Shout out to Teddy and Wall.
Who made this list? I might have to go figure out the people who made this list.
VA stand up on that one.
That Heaven Can Wait was crazy. Yeah. All right, man. Well, look, I just wanted to take a couple of minutes to really break this down and just, talk about this list and see how you felt about it. I figured that you weren't going to agree with it, and I still can't believe that you ain't feeling Cisco's Incomplete, man. I almost jumped out of my chair when you said that, man. I mean, come on, man. Bright light, fancy restaurant. Oh, everything in this world that a man could want. I mean, come on, man. He said he had everything that the Lord could allow. But,
I'm going to tell you right now, give me anything from Brian Michael Cox.
Oh, yeah. Dog. You know what? I'm surprised. And yeah. Now that you said that.
Exactly.
Boy, that Brian,
come on now. You talking to me, that I study and I know those who are the producers that really made some records that, shout out to the West Coast. I love the West Coast and everything that D-Mile and the Cal Soul movement is doing. But Brian Michael Cox, Troy Taylor, Noontime, Jazzy Faye, Teddy Bishop, pioneers that really shaped the sonic, right? And I'm anxious for what the new sound is on the East Coast, what that new flavor sounds like. I know that there's plenty of talented people on the East Coast that's doing that. But that Cal Soul got me faded right now. It's like I'm feeling everything D-Mile and company is accomplishing out there. Shout out to D-Mile.
Hey, man, I'm going to give you your flowers real quick and we're going to get out of here, man. If you get impatient and it take too long for this sound to come back that you're looking for, man, you might just have to go ahead and recreate it yourself, man. Hey, look, it's 2024, man. Let's stop waiting. Go ahead. You do it. You put it out, man, and you won't have to wait no more, man.
What should I call it? The Temperton tapes? Woo!
Hey. Hey, you get back to it on that value. You might get me back out. Look, I might come out of retirement. I might be like, you know what, man? I put the microphone away for a while, but I might come back out of retirement for that one.
Hey, I mean, I would love. You know what though, and I'll be brief. I would love to put together a sonic like that, and then just put the beat tape out there and just make it free for all, and just see what the response would be and interact with some, new artists. And I'm not going to just put it to the East Coast, just, collaborate with artists around the world. I think that would be pretty dope.
Hey, man, well, it sounds like you just accepted the challenge. Now people are going to be looking forward to this beat tape coming out, and then maybe the next one we can put some vocals to it.
Yeah. Yeah, that definitely would be, yeah. I don't know, but we might end up finding some artists that could come with it. I'm just saying.
All right, man. Well, if you don't got no more gripes on this list, man, y'all be good. Stay safe.
All I say is that I don't know if that list stands for R&B, true R&B culture.
Hold on. Shots fired.